Hi everybody, thank you for logging into week 4 of the rolling programme. This is a QLS rolling programme which has been filtered down to us by our Jane and John Leach, which are head of the Diamond Group. What this does, it gives you all your core basic training. So over the past few weeks we've been covering different topics, and obviously with it being a rolling programme, anything you've missed will come back round because we'll start on week 1 again at the end of the 5-week course. So my name's Louise Mackenzie and I run Successful Steps to Manager page for those of you that don't know me, because I know we've got quite a few new ones been added to the page recently, so welcome to the team. I hope you're doing well in your business, and I hope that this training will give you everything you need to make it even better for you, so you understand what it is you're going to do and how you're going to build on your business. So what we're going to look at this week is methods of retailing, discussing a few different ideas of how you can get out and about to retail, power of 20 to 30 customers and how we're going to grow our customer base, customer care, the importance of looking after your customers once you've got them and making sure they stay with you. Teach to Reach, it's now called Steps to Manager book, which comes in your new distributor pack. We're just going to go through a little bit of that and planning your new distributors. So what we spoke about last week is the methods of prospecting and highlighting 3 of those methods. We spoke about ordering our cards and flyers to leave our paper trails everywhere and what we can do with our flyers. Spoke about consistent profiling and contacting, how to keep track on who it is you've spoke to, building your pipeline up, so when you do speak to somebody, writing them down on that whiteboard. I know we're all fans of whiteboards on this group, and also using your pipeline tracker sheets, which you've got in your Steps to Manager book. Practicing the one-to-one, so I hope that you picked up a few tips on how to deliver your business presentation, what to do at the end of the presentation, and practicing on that. It's really good to have those slides printed out that we discussed, so that business presentation slides. If you haven't got these, please let me know and I'll forward them on to you. I'll email them on to you, or speak to your sponsor and they'll email them to you as well. So just print them out, download them onto your iPad and get practicing. Practice on your partner, come along to the Birmingham business presentation or the Bristol presentation. There's one in York as well. There's all over the country, so find your nearest one and get along to that, because that will help you practice your one-to-one, because you'll learn how to present the business from that. Consistently building on your 100 plus who do you know list. Spoke about that last week, about constantly, wherever you go, meeting new people, write their name on your list, because that's then someone you could potentially speak to about the business and the products. Finding new customers. How to find your customers. And last week we introduced the points recording sheet, and I've uploaded that to Successful Steps to Manager page. So hopefully you've all been using that, and you can see if you're putting in enough activity. It's a good guidance on what you're doing and how you can do it. Don't use Facebook to compare. Facebook's a really hard one to know actually if what you're doing is enough. It's not about how many statuses you put up or anything like that. It's about the activity actually being done. So the points recording sheet is a really good hard copy to keep you focused and on track. So what we're going to talk about is methods of retailing. So we're going to start off right at the beginning. So you've bought your NDP pack, you're all ready to go. The pack arrives and you think, oh gosh, so where do I start? The first place you want to start is get that product launch booked in. So why do you want to have a launch? Basically, what I always say to people that I'm doing the launch for is just see it as a training session. It's your first introduction to your products. We're going to get all your products out of the box. I'm going to train you all about them, what they do, what they're good for, what's in them, and whoever you invite, they're lucky enough to listen into your training. So it's a training night for you, and it's going to quickly get you learning about the products. It's quick, fun, simple and duplicatable. So it's a chance to get everyone together, have a bit of a laugh. I know that I do quite a few of these launch evenings for new team members, and it's good fun. It's really nice to get everyone together and they're all excited to see what it is you're doing and see your products. Straight away you'll start earning a retail to wholesale profit, because obviously any orders that come in that night are yours. So you get to place those orders, and that kind of kickstarts your business. It's a great excuse to have a social evening or morning. We're always looking for excuses to meet up with our friends, invite everyone round. Well, this is the perfect excuse to get everyone round to see what it is you're doing. It will straight away build on your regular customer base. So this is going to be, like I say, your first lot of orders. So that's going to kickstart your customer record card. You're going to keep tabs on who's ordered what they ordered it for, and then you can keep on top of that, keep checking in and asking how they are with their orders. It lets people know about your new business. When you've just started, you might not know what to say, you might not know what to say about the products, about the business, about anything. Well, it takes it all out of there. You're going to have someone else coming along doing your launch party for you. So all you've got to tell people is, come along, have a look, have a listen. It completely takes the pressure off you, and lets people know about what it is you're doing. And also, you can start looking for your diamonds. Who's showing a real interest? Who actually sitting there in that room thinking, I quite like to do this as a business. That's quite something I'm looking into. So straight away you can start looking for people to grow your team. So we're going to invite people. Now we're going to invite absolutely everybody. So you're going to invite your friends, your family, your work colleagues, your mum from school, anyone you know, and over invite. The amount of times where people just cancel, text you on the day, it's normal. It's so normal. So aim to invite, however big your room is, double it by 5. That's what you want to do. Invite 50 people and expect 10 to come. Genuinely, that's the figures. So you just want to really, really over invite. Don't be deflated if people cancel. That's fine. Everybody's busy. They know they're going to see you at a later date. So after you've had your launch, they know they can pick your brains because you're going to be well educated on your products. So even if you only have 2, 3, 4 people turn up, that's perfect. It's 2, 3, 4 people that want to be there. If you have 10 people turn up, brilliant. However many you have come, it's your training to get into your box to learn all your products, and they're really lucky to be listening in. So invite everybody, but don't be deflated, and definitely don't think of cancelling or postponing. You want to give at least 7 to 10 days notice, just to allow people to get time to figure out childcare, whatever it is they need to do, so you've got more chance of people being there. Offer 2 days. Now don't offer one instead of the other. Have 2. So you've got one on a Friday night and you've got one on a Tuesday morning, or however you want to do it, mix it up. So if they can't make one, then, can they make the other? So have 2 definite dates that are booked. Like we were saying, invite as many people as possible. Don't think, oh gosh, they're all going to say yes and I'm not going to be able to squeeze them in. Just invite everybody, because it's human nature to naturally, decline invites as well. So invite as many as possible. Phone people up to invite them. Make it a bit personal. Obviously, you specifically want them to come. So a generic kind of Facebook message or a text doesn't really do it, because it's so easy to ignore. So actually ring them and say that you'd really appreciate them coming along, or send out hand invites. I know that we sell little invites in our literature section on your distributor login page, and these are actual little invite cards. So especially if it's people you don't particularly know, like mums at the school or people at clubs, you can speak to them personally and then hand them one of this. Of course, it's going to have your phone number and your address and everything on it. Be precise with time and directions. So you want to give someone, obviously your address so they know where they're going to come, and the time. Arrive for 7 for a prompt 7:30 start. So people know exactly when they're going to come, because the worst thing is when you've started the launch party and people keep dribble-drabbling in, and it really, you're kind of getting in the motions, and then someone else walks in and you feel you need to backtrack a bit to fill them in on the gaps. So you want to be really precise with the time and say, it's starting promptly this time, and hope that everyone can make it on time. So what do you say? Here's a little example. Hi Chris, how are you? I wonder what you're doing on Wednesday evening. Wow, it's because I'm having a few friends over for a social evening. I've started a new business and I'm launching it on that night. I really value your presence and input. Basically, it's going to be a fun evening, and I hope it would be great to have you there. So and so is coming, so Louise is coming along to give a brief presentation on some amazing products. So what you're calling it is you're calling it a business, it's your business launch. It's not a product party or anything like that. It's an actual business and you want them to come along and see what they think of it. So the fortune is in the follow-up. If you've invited them and they've said yes and then you've not mentioned it for a week, it's easily forgotten. So you want to make sure that you follow up. So a quick call, email or text a few days before the launch just to jog their memory. And then also a quick call the evening before. Now you can call them the evening before just to say, just get in indefinite numbers to make sure we've got enough chairs or enough glasses or enough nibbles, any excuse just to get that definite confirmation and that reminder, so you know that they're definitely coming. So on the night of your launch party, be relaxed, don't be nervous at all. Obviously it's natural to get a little bit, oh gosh, who's going to come, what if no one comes, but try and relax as much as possible. And don't forget, you're not having to do anything that night. It is all on the sponsor's head, so it's all on your sponsor's head. You can just relax and enjoy it. Make sure you're prepared. So throughout the day, make sure you've got everything ready. The product launch presenter, this is available on qlsonline.net. So you can log into that and you can actually print off a presenter which has got pictures of all the products, descriptions, and you can actually just work your way through that. Or depending on how your sponsor does it that's presenting the night, she might use a presenter. I know personally I kind of free flow it a bit, and that's because that's how I was taught. So whatever way you find easier, do it that way. So have that presenter there as your kind of jogger and then go free flow it as well. You're going to have customer order forms. So make sure you've ordered a nice little stack of these order forms before the night. 10 reasons to drink aloe flyer, and I always find they're really good to hand out just before we're doing a bit of shot tasting, because then people can actually read through the benefits. So as you're talking about the benefits, they can see it in black and white in front of them. So when they drink that lovely tasting shot, they can actually know that yes, it is going to be good for them. And on that flyer, there's actually a picture of Peter Atherton, which is our GP, so they can see that a GP has said all these things about the aloe, so it's not just you saying it. Your marketing materials, any of the leaflets that you like the look of. We've got top 10 reasons to do business, we've got RG Plus flyers, Clean 9 flyers, so anything you think your audience is going to appeal to, whether it's a bit of the aloe and animals information, make sure you've got all those in. Application forms. If you think that there's some potentials in there that might want to sign up with their NDP, bring your application forms from your pack, and don't forget we've also got the online link as well, so if you haven't got them, we've got that link that we can fill out people's forms for. You've got DVDs, which is your your Forever Futures DVD, also all the products DVD in there as well. That can also be playing in the background should you choose to do that, or it can be there to loan out to people. You've got shot glasses. You can actually buy the plastic measuring cups off of your distributor login page. They come in a big stack of, I think, about 20 in there, so that's plenty, one pot of those. Paper and pens for people to doodle notes on. And also customer feedback forms. You want to print off these as well, prize draws, questionnaires, and get them to fill out all their details on that as well. Cold aloe drinking gels. So take your 3 drinking gels out of your NDP and pop them in the fridge. They always taste slightly better if served chilled. So obviously we want to try and make it taste as nice as possible in the evening. Refreshments of your choice. Now don't go overboard. Don't spend too much money on lots of fancy foods and drinks and everything like that, because people are actually there to watch the presentation and to learn about the product, and you often find that people don't actually eat a lot of the nibbles until after, because they're that engrossed in what the person's saying that they don't think to go and get drinks and nibbles. So literally just get a few nibbles, a few bottles of wine if you're drinking alcohol, tea and coffee, and do that at the beginning of the night, and then you'll find that people don't actually do it whilst the presentation's on. So you're obviously everything in your ND pack you want ready. So everything that's come in your pack, you want all the seals taken off, because this is what you're going to be passing around, sniffing, smelling, squeezing, and everyone's going to be rubbing on themselves. So if it's already been used in your house, make sure you've got it all rounded up and everything's clean and ready to present to people. Plus also any extra products. I know when I host launch parties for people, I'll bring along a Clean 9, a body toning wrap and Sonia skincare kit. So ask your sponsor what she's bringing along extra, and if there's any other bits that you would like to present, then maybe have a look at buying them, like the RG, if you want to show people what that one is. So, what you want to do, you've got everything ready and now you just want to relax. So arrive 30 minutes before, or if you're obviously having it at home, make sure 30 minutes before that everyone's out, everyone's where they should be, partner's upstairs or dogs are out, however you're doing it, make sure 30 minutes before the party's due to start that everything's calm and relaxed. Because people will turn up early. Your sponsor will turn up 30 minutes before to start setting up, so you want to make sure everything's clear and out of the way. As guests start to arrive, chat to them, be relaxed, ask them questions, start building rapport. Whether it's your evening or whether you are the sponsor of that evening, it's very much a social event. So have a little chit chat about absolutely anything, what they do for work, if they come from work, just talking about themselves and finding out a bit about them. Hand out customer order form and brochure. I know I do this at the end of the night. Some people do this at the beginning of the night. However you want to do it. Hand out maybe a little piece of paper so they can take notes. I always hand out the free prize draw questionnaire at this point, because I find when people first arrive, they just want to kind of sit there and get into something. So the prize draw questionnaire gives them something to fill out, and they can obviously scribble notes onto that as well. The new distributor, so your sponsor will be there, and then the new distributor, you'll ask them to introduce the evening, because obviously this is their evening, this is their family and friends. So you want that person who evening it is just to thank everyone for coming, tell them why they're doing Forever, and then hand it over to their sponsor. So now the sponsor is obviously experienced. She's an experienced distributor, and she will host, or he will host, the whole night. So all you've got to do, if you are the new distributor, is just do a little thank you to everyone, thanks to your friends and family, and then hand it straight over. And then obviously thank everyone for coming, and it will start. So that's when you can sit back with your pen and your paper, and you can listen in like all your guests can listen in, and the experienced distributor who's presenting your evening will host the whole launch. So don't be nervous about having a launch party at all, just really, really enjoy it. So this is an example of the presenter that you can download on QLS online. It's got all the pictures of the products we use, and it's got little descriptions of what they do. This is really good as a memory jogger. This is really good if you're just starting out doing launch parties, and it's also really duplicatable. I appreciate that I don't use these, and I really wish I'd started, because then every launch I would have done from now on in, they would have carried on doing it. But because of the way I learned, it was just very much free flow, and I pick up the products, and it works for me. So see what works for you. Do you prefer to follow a structure, or do you prefer just to kind of pick up the products one by one and have a little chat? So try them both, see which works for you and works for your team. So how you start? Basically, you tell your story. So if I am the experienced distributor, my new distributor has introduced me, and then I will start telling them. I'm Louise Mackenzie. I live up in the West Midlands. That's generally if I'm travelling about. I live in the West Midlands, and I got involved in Forever Living nearly a year ago, and it was by the products. So someone introduced me to the products, and my passion grew for it, and I've started a business out of it. Explain that they've got an order form, so feel free to scribble all over it, ask any questions as I go along, please don't feel obliged to buy anything, but most importantly, let's have some fun. So just ask some questions, learn about the products, and don't feel obliged to buy anything. And then straight away start the presentation. So I always hand out the jelly. because that is our core basic product. That is what the backbone is of this business. So I start passing around the aloe vera jelly, I talk about all its properties, and then I go into everything else then. So I pass all the products around one by one, everyone has a squeeze, a sniff, puts it onto anything they've got in relation to, have they got a cut, a burn, have they got achy shoulders, pop the heat lotion on that. And quite often we get people getting their body parts out and asking for massages on their backs off their friends and everything. Really use the products on what they're supposed to be doing. So as you're passing around the product, share stories as well. So you've got the aloe vera jelly, which is really good for burns. So share a story. I know Nicola shares her story about when her daughter dropped the curling tongs onto her legs, and as it rolled down her leg, a huge blister came down. So straight away she popped the aloe jelly on it, and the blister actually absorbed back into the skin before her very eyes, so they kept applying aloe jelly and it completely shriveled down. After a few days there was hardly a mark there. So really introduce it and personalise it to you. I know when I do launches I talk a lot about children and dogs because I've got children and dogs, and it comes out better because I'm talking about what I really know about. So really share your stories, and this is why it's important as the experienced distributor to be using all the products so you've got stories. I talk a lot about multi-maca as a hormone balancer because I've got a strong story from that because that's what I used and it made a difference in our life. The berry nectar, I talk about that as well because I find it's really good for energy levels, when you're working and you're balancing it all out. And people can really relate to you then as a normal person, everyday busy person that actually uses these products daily. So then when you've finished passing around all the products, you're then having a bit of a shot tasting of the gel, and this is a really good photo opportunity. So get your camera out, take loads of photos of everyone enjoying the products. And then at the end, the experienced distributor will tell a little bit about the business opportunity. If anybody wants to have a little look into what it is we do, we've got a fantastic training programme. You're not expected to know everything, but you'll be taught everything you need to know. So if you want to find out more, please talk about it. Please come and see us about it after. So what you want to do is recap on the size of Forever, both worldwide and in the UK. It's continuing to go from strength to strength, and in doing so we are looking for good quality people. We're actually looking for people who want to earn a few £100s a month by looking after some satisfied customers. And we're also looking for people who may want to earn an extra £500 to £2,000 a month in the business development role. If anyone's interested, please talk to us after and we'll give you some more details. These people will be trained to build a business. It can be on a part-time basis. We're also looking for people that want to take advantage of our top opportunity. So these people will earn substantial incomes and enjoy benefits of car plan, global travel and profit share. Give some examples of people we're working with. So we want to talk, we've got a nurse, we've got a single mum, we've got a professional rugby coach with his girlfriend who's a nanny. We've got a young couple in IT and they're all achieving success. So tailor this to have a look at your audience. Who are you talking to? If you're talking to a room full of mums or someone's sports orientated, tailor it and talk about people in their line of work that are doing this business as well so they can see it, how it will fit into their life. And again, if you'd like to find out some more information, why not give them a DVD to take home? Or why not pop a little date in the diary, you can go along and see them. And remember, you're doing this for your new distributor. So any contacts, dates, anything in the diary is all for them. And you're going to work very closely because this is going to be their first leads. So as a new distributor, this is fab to completely, make the most out of your sponsor, get their knowledge in on that night and get them booking things in for you. And that will just kickstart your business. So after the launch, explain to all the guests that you're going to stay for half an hour to answer any questions. So what I always say is I'm just going to slowly pack away. Please have a look through your brochures. Any questions, just ask. And you do find you have a lot of questions. You have lots of people. And it's all questions we know the answers to, and if we don't know, we can just say that we'll find out and get back to them. Encourage everyone to try the drinks. I do this as part of the launch party. Like I say, a good photo opportunity as well, and get all that on Facebook and uploading it and tag people in it so it appears on their newsfeed too. Speak to guests individually. So as the experienced distributor and as the new distributor, work your way around everyone. Ask if they want to know any more about any of the other products. Do they need any help finding things on the order forms? Start building rapport and developing relationships. Really get to know people. If you're the experienced distributor, you've just hosted the whole launch party, so they know a bit of insight into your life and how you use the products. So start developing that with other people there as well. So you're understanding a bit about their life and how this might work for them and the products in their lifestyle. For any guests interested in the business, give them a bit of information and agree to a time to follow up. So you can get your diary out, so always make sure you've got your diary on you. So the new distributor, the experienced distributor and the interested guests, get your heads together and get something in there. I know when I went and did a launch party for Joanne up in Hull, we did the launch party and actually someone was interested in the business. She's now since joined the business, which was Claire, and we told her a little bit. And we knew it wasn't enough. She was like, oh yes, yeah, definitely. So actually what we did is when the launch party finished, we went straight in to do the business presentation for her and use the slides, and she signed up. Because some people are that interested, they just want to get the ball rolling now. They've loved everything they've seen. They've got a better insight than probably we had into the business because they've already seen a launch, and actually they just want to get going. They'll often find that some of the products they were going to order that night are in their NDP pack, so it might offset the price as well. So if they are interested, why not go into a business presentation straight away if you've got the time, or arrange to see them quite quickly after. After speaking to every guest, leave the new distributor to finish the evening and socialise. You don't want to hang around till 11 o'clock at night waiting for every last guest to go. As the experienced distributor, you've done your job, you've presented the night, everything's gone well, and leave them to it. I always say, I'm going to leave you all to enjoy your evening now. I've got a 20-minute drive home and off I go. Get in the car and away we go. So what you want to do the next day is call the new distributor and review the launch party. Ask them how they feel it went, any feedback from their customers, from their guests, any photos, and agree all next actions. So explain how to place that first order. If they're not confident with logging in to their ID, ask them if you need to pop round and help them do that. Get excited with them and for them. It's been a brilliant launch. Whether you've had 2 people or 10 people, people have shown interest and there will be orders being placed. So really, this is their business is launched, it's really good, and really get that ball rolling. So talk about how to follow up. So anyone that's ticked that box that said they want to know more on the prize draw questionnaire about the business, or anybody that's expressed interest in the business that evening, talk about how you're going to follow it up. You're going to either arrange the next steps with them, which will be arrange that one-to-one, where you're going to book an appointment in, do the business presentation, take them along to a professional business presentation, which, like I said, is up and down the country. So work out with them how they want to approach it and what they feel comfortable with doing, and obviously go along and help them do that if they feel they need you. Now, at this point, you're going to agree the next planning meeting with your distributor. So sort out, okay, so we're going to have another 7-day plan and we'll catch up again in 7 days and see how you've gone on. Or if you've followed up with the prospects, obviously you're going to see them before then anyway and sort that out as well. Confirm the next trainings and events, so keep everybody in the loop all the time. I know we're all really good at this because we've got our Facebook page now, which is really good. So make sure they're always aware of the next success day or the next training or the next online link, and just keep them in the know, because obviously, as we can all appreciate, when you're new to this business, you get added to lots of Facebook pages, you get lots of notifications, and you don't really know where you stand with anything. So make sure you're always looking after your new distributor and showing them which are the important ones to be following and which are the trainings to follow. And decide a date of the next launch. So, if they do want another one, which is always a really good idea, If they want you to do it with them, or if they actually want to free flow it themselves, decide it. So it's still in your diary, even as the experienced distributor. If you're not hosting it, you still know when they're doing it, and you can still support them for it. You can pop along and help them as well. And then that's a chance then for everybody that couldn't make that one to actually come to the next one. So what you're going to get from hosting a launch party or holding a launch party is all going to be new customers. So it's going to be people that you're introducing it to. You're going to have your retail to profit margin, which is going to be 30%. So that's going to be instant money straight away. You're going to get more launches booked off the back of it, because if people are filling out prize draws questionnaires, you're asking them if they would like to host a party in their own home, if they would like a pamper evening, if they would like a foot spa evening, a body toning evening, anything really. And that just branches out then, because then you get into their home with their friends and their family, and so on, and it carries on like this. You have also come across new distributors. They might not sign up there and then, they might not say they're interested there and then, but they understand more about the products, more about the business, and at a time in their life where they feel they're ready, they're going to come back to you, because that's where they've learnt their information from. It also develops a duplicatable message. To host a launch party is very duplicatable. To do it, just at home with your friends and family, everyone feels that they can copy that. So it was like, again, with Hull, with Joanne, we did the launch party. She recruited Claire. And then Joanne hosted the launch party for Claire. So it was just that cycle kept following and following. And now Claire will do the same for her new recruit. So it really is duplicatable. It brings in your case credits, because obviously you're placing your orders and you're getting your case credits, and it is a fun way to earn your income. So you're earning your retail profit, and it's fun. You're spending it with your friends, your family, the people you care most about, and you're enjoying yourself. So remember the 5 P's. Perfect planning promotes plenty of profit, and that's so true. Just plan it, promote it, and then obviously the profit's going to come in. And of course, practice. So keep practicing. After you've had your launch parties hosted by your experienced distributor, there's nothing stopping you doing your own. You can do as many as you want. You can have different themed ones, aim it at different people, different groups of friends, one for family. So you can have as many as you want and keep promoting it to everybody. So methods of retailing. Everybody's heard of PUPP boxes. So we're going to go into what a PUPP box is. So PUPP means personal use product pack. And what this is, you are going to pop a few little products into a box or a bag or a wicker basket, or however you feel you want to do it. You can actually buy empty PUPP boxes off of your login page. It's code 30,000 on the shop, and I think the boxes are £3. You can also buy them fully loaded with all the products, but if you buy an empty box, you can pop in products from your NDP. So you're going to decide which products are most relevant to your potential customers. So if you are responding off of a free prize draw questionnaire, they have circled on there what other ailments they have, what else is wrong with them, what are the products they're interested in. So you can actually tailor it to them and then contact them and say, would you like to try my products? You can do ones that are related to them and their family, so you know exactly what to put in there. You want to insert your relevant marketing material. So you can print off information on the products that have gone into that pack. We've got files on Dream Team, which is PUPP files. You want to pop in a customer feedback form, a prize draw form, anything that's going to keep that circle going of getting information back from people. Pop in some leaflets as well. Your RG Plus leaflets, your top 10 reasons to do business, and why not pop a DVD in there, whether it's the product manual DVD or the Forever Futures DVD, that can go in there as well. Obviously, make sure that the PUPP box itself and all the products in there are nice and clean and tidy. So you've wiped them all with sterile wipes, all the tops are nice and clean, and you've had a good look through and checked them all. Now, what do you say when you want someone to trial your pack? So obviously, everyone's a little bit sceptical when you say something's free. So you just want to say to them, hi, is that Sarah? Hi, it's Jane. Have you got a minute to talk? I don't know if you're aware, but I do run my own home-based business. It's an international company in health and wellness. Basically, the reason I'm calling is that as a company, we've put together something called a personal use product pack. We let people try it out for a few days. So basically, it's a box full of everyday product range, and I was hoping I could drop a box into you later and leave it with you to see what you think. It's completely free. No obligation at all, and all I ask for is your feedback. And of course, people say, "Oh, yes, okay, I'll use it." So, what are you going to put in your PUPP pack? You've got aloe vera gel, liquid soap, jelly, deodorant, tooth gel, moisturising lotion, shampoo, rinse, lips, heat lotion. So it's all the kind of everyday things that people are going to use. You can put in there a propolis cream, freedom, aloe to go is the little sachets of aloe drinking gel that you can pop in there. Aloe lotion, MSM, scrub, suntan lotion in the summer, literature and DVDs, and 10 reasons to drink aloe flyer. So tailor to the individual. Obviously, you don't want to be putting all these things in there, because if you're asking someone to try it for 2-3 days and there's too much in there, they might not even touch it. So just, put a good handful of things in there and hopefully they'll use everything then. So you want to do the PUPP plus other items, so pop a few bits in there. You can advertise a men's PUPP pack. So again, on your Facebook or ringing people up, say, "Oh, I've got a men's personal use product pack that I'd like to choose." And then in it, it's probably all the same products as your normal ones, but you're adding the Gentleman's Pride, which is your aftershave balm. So you're adding a bit of more of a masculine one. The scrub's really good for men as well because of shaving. You've got a skincare PUPP. So this can actually be your Sonia skincare range or your Fleur de Jouvence range, or it can just be the wash, the moisturiser and the scrub. But you're advertising it as a skincare. Now, how this works is if someone's already had your everyday PUPP, actually they might be interested to try your tailored PUPP pack. And then obviously your literature is going to change a little because you've got your skincare literature in there, your feedback form for the skincare. Now you can put together an animal PUPP. So someone that's not interested in products for themselves might really like to try the products on the animals. As we know, these products are all the same, but because your literature has changed in that pack, it changes the whole dynamics of it. So you can aim this, you could get lots of horse information, testimonials, and advertise it to horsey people, advertise it to dog people. People that want to wash their dog with it if the dog's got bad skin as well. Lots of before and after photos can go in there and information. Summer PUPP packs. So with this summer coming up, you might want to pop some bee pollen in there for hay fever sufferers. You've got suntan lotion, you've got aloe lips for really dry lips. Sports PUPP pack. The heat lotion's very good, the MSN, the RG+. So there's lots of creative things you can actually do to it to make it appeal. So if one person's had a PUPP pack, it doesn't mean they can't have another one, because actually you give them the same products but with a few different bits of literature and they're going to use it on their animals instead. You can also do baby PUPP packs as well with lots of information about how to use it on their baby. So be really creative with these and don't kind of exhaust it too quickly, because there are lots and lots of options for them. Who do you give it to? I always say to people, do give it to people you know and trust as well, because obviously you want to get your PUPP pack back and you want to know that when they've got it, they're treating it respectfully. So you want to give it to your family, your friends, your neighbours, your relatives, work colleagues, someone at the sports club. If you've been talking to them and they want to trial out a few products, locate the one person you want to give it to that you think is going to use it. Mobile therapists, beauticians and hairdressers. These are all the people that in their industry, they're going to want to try the products before they even look at the business, because obviously the products is the backbone of it. So these are really good people and they're quite trustworthy as well. You can give them a box of products and you know that they're going to use them and give them back to you. School playground, it's a great way to start talking to people. If you've got people in mind for the products and the business but you don't really know what to say, why not offer them some products to try and just say you're just looking for some feedback? That way you can give them your phone number, they'll give you theirs, and it just breaks that barrier straight away. Your nursery and your toddler groups, your scout and your guide groups, whichever groups you go to. Again, you can locate people and kind of home in on them and ask them if that's what they want to do. And again, it's that exchanging of the number, obviously exchanging of their address because you're going to drop it round to them. Your past and present customers, so anybody that's bought some products off you, why not go back to them and ask if they'd like to try a summer PUPP box or a sports PUPP box, see what they're into and get that out to them. Small local business owners, don't always think along the lines of health and wellness. Anybody that's got the mindset to have opened a business, they're worth talking to. They really are. Whether it's, just a local florist, a local cake baking shop, absolutely everybody. If it's a small local business, they're self-employed, they're already that way in their mindset, so why not give them a few little products and they can try it as well. And basically anybody who washes daily, you're giving your products to someone for them to use, the soap, the tooth gel, so anybody that you know and is going to tell you where they live and give you their phone number, and you trust them to have your products and give them back, then why not ask them if they want to try them for free. You should leave your PUPP pack with them for 4 days, no more. If you leave it with them for more, then the chances are they won't get around to using it. If you only leave it for 1 or 2 days, it might not be long enough. So ideally leave it for 4 days, and obviously you might drop it off Monday afternoon and pick it up Thursday morning, Thursday to Monday. So what it's doing is it's getting out there and working when you're not. So your PUPP pack is out there doing its job with its brochure and its feedback form and doing it all for you. So you can then get feedback and hopefully a few orders from it. So like I said, you can actually buy a fully loaded PUPP pack off your distributor ID. It's £74.48 and obviously it's worth half a case credit. Or, like I was saying, you can make your own up and personalise it from little bits in your NDP and place little orders of bits you want to put in it. So this is an example of the ready-made PUPP box. And don't forget, off of that cost, you're also going to get your 5 to 18% back in your form of your bonus. So they really are worth, because you're buying them to raise awareness of your products, and you're also buying them and getting the case credits and your bonus as well. So it's all going to come around in circles. So what results can you expect? You will get an increased retail sales. So from someone just ordering a small aloe lips to someone ordering everything in there. You just don't know. You might put a leaflet in there about the Clean 9 and it could have, a knock-on effect and they'd order a Clean 9. It's going to increase your customer base, because naturally, as soon as someone orders it, they're going to become a regular customer because you're going to look after them. You might find you get new distributors, so new people interested in the business, prospects, and obviously referrals. If they don't know anybody, do they know anyone that might be interested? Your average sale from 2 drops a week is £25. So you're only expecting little bits and pieces to come in. Obviously some are more, some are less, but on average 25 for 2 drops a week. So that's an extra £200 a month. And obviously that makes a difference to your business month in, month out. That's going to make a difference. And if you're using different forms of PUPPs, then you're never going to run out of people because it's fresh and new each time. If you do this in month 1 and 2, you will quickly recoup your £199.75 NDP pack. So it's a way to get everything out there. Customer care. So basically the customer is king. Immediately start keeping customer records. I use a customer record box like I would in the salon. So I write on there the name, what product they've bought, what they've bought it for, because then when you're speaking to them and following it up, you want to ask them how it is for their psoriasis or how their energy levels are, how their skin is, and then use your 1 to 31 folder or a card index box. Now this is just putting names in there on days of the month they've ordered it. So 1 to 31 is your month, and then when they ordered it, when they're potentially due to reorder, and you can keep track of this then. Throughout the month you know who's ordering what and who's due. Record their contact details, their personal details, the product purchase and why. So like we were saying, the skin conditions and things, and also their contact details. Don't just rely on Facebook and saving things in your mobile phone. You want to have it all there. Their phone number, their address, their email, and then you can actually send out email promotions as well once you've got all people's details on a database. So follow up 3 to 4 days after delivery. You want to do this to check that they've actually opened their new product, they've started using it, that they received their product, especially if they've ordered it off your online page. So don't just leave it, follow it up. And then also follow up 10 days later. Ask them how they're finding it, would they like to reorder? Do they want any more information on anything else? So the continual follow-up shows you care. Someone's going to come back and keep buying from you because you go out of your way to care about how they are, whether you're dropping that product off for them or whether you're just ringing them and checking how they are. And it also keeps everything flowing, it keeps it coming around in circles. So what you want to do is recommend the products that they really need. In the early days, obviously, if we're talking skin conditions, you could recommend the wash, the propolis, the drinking gel. You could recommend everything. But what you really want to do is recommend that 1 or 2 good products that's going to get their faith into the product. And then after that, you can then expose them to the full range we do. So really think what's going to give instant soothing relief, instant belief in the product. So the propolis cream is fantastic for really dry, itchy, flaky skin. So that's a really good one. Straight away they get instant results and they can see it. Encourage the customer to use the products for the full 60 days. So that's to see that they are going to get the benefits from it. And it's always that thing that if it hasn't worked in 60 days, they can have their money back, but that they've given them a really good go on it. Always say thank you, whether you're doing a card, a text, an email, thank you for your custom or thank you for referring me. Always offer them a PUPP drop. So now we're talking about your regular customers, offer them to try all your new products. Reward for loyalty. So I know we do little loyalty cards. Or you can offer your returning customers a certain percentage off the next order. Reward for referrals. So if they've referred 2 or 3 people to you, why not offer them an aloe lips or a little referral reward? Communicate about new products. So when new products are launched to us, why not launch the new products to all your customers as well? When you've learned about a new product at Success Day or any trainings, launch it out across to all your new customers as well and your old customers. So you want to be building rapport and trust with each and every one that's on your database and your customer client cards. So planning with your new distributor. Now this Teach to Reach is actually the old Successful Step to Manager book. So we've got a Steps to Manager, which is in your NDP, and it's what you'll use on your first planning meeting. It's a really, really good structure. And when you sign someone up to the business, or if you're new to the business yourself, you want to make sure that you've got in your 2 planning meetings. And it's a fantastic way to prepare your new distributor. So you want to prepare them by using the marketing plan flyer or the planning preparation checklist. So now what we've got is our online efficient mentoring checklist. If you haven't used this or you don't know what it is, it's a tick box of knowing where you've added someone, that you've sent them the QLS training videos. So if you don't know if you followed this checklist or you want to make sure you're making your new one follow it, let me know and I'll upload it to Successful Steps to Manager page. So that's the efficient mentoring checklist. Purchase Teach to Reach books. Like I said, these are the old ones. They're now called Steps to Manager book. We should all have one of those in your NDP, but if you are starting people up and they haven't yet purchased an NDP, you can buy them in packs of 5 off your distributor login page. The objective of the planning system is to give your new distributor a clear understanding of the activities required. So it's all broken down. So everything we discuss, your 4 case credit active, you're finding new customers, how to find new customers, it's all covered in our book, in our Steps to Manager book. It's a proven system and it provides both a flexible approach and a track to run on. You must give your new distributors tracks to run on. If you're new yourself, I hope you feel you've got tracks to run on. If you don't, then please get in contact and we'll get you back on those tracks and set you up on. It's a cycle, you know, it's a model, it's already there for you. Follow the cycle, follow the training, follow your steps to manager book, and it will help you really do everything in order as well. So in the first 30 to 60 days, you've got all the modules and activities. We're going to tick them off in order. You've got all your trainings. So please feel that in your first 30 days, you're getting everything in the order. It's helping you build on your customer base. You're having your launch party. You're doing your first planning session. So please feel that you're getting all of that. And if you don't, get in contact and we can get that all on track for you as well. So, effective planning for success. With your new distributor, you want to agree the time each meeting will finish. You don't want someone coming along to a meeting and saying, oh, I've only got an hour. You know, you want an hour and a half. So book out an hour and a half. Spend time. So as a new distributor and as an experienced distributor, you want to spend time together discussing what you're willing to work for. How much do you want to earn and by when? What are you doing it for? How much do you need it? What do you want to do and what are you going to work for to achieve it? Provide reassurance. For new people entering this business, it can be quite daunting, you know, all this goals setting, and when you haven't really been in a business like this before, reassure them and, you know, tell them why it's important to set goals and it gives you structure to your business. Find out what their why is. So again, what are they doing it for? And it's that, what's their why to make them cry? What do they really want to get out of life? And in the very first planning meeting, this can be quite hard to get out of somebody because they can't see the full potential of this business. But after a while, you can actually come back to that why and always keep touching on that why. And the why gets bigger and bigger. And once their belief grows in the business, their why grows as well. Confirm they are ready to go to work with you to achieve their goals. So, you know, really clearly set it on the table, what they can achieve, how they can achieve it, what they want from it, and right, if you're willing to do this, I'm willing to work with you, and this is what we're going to do to achieve it. So get both on those tracks together and know what it is you want from this business, what they want from you, and what you're going to help them achieve. You want to focus then, your new distributor, on achieving supervisor in 6 to 8 weeks. You know, get that ball rolling, get the momentum going. You got the launch party booked in, get the next one launched in, speak to people about the business, really get that supervisor on track for 6 to 8 weeks' time to achieve that. Your energy, conviction and desire are key to building their belief in you. You've got to be passionate about this business, because how can anyone get passionate if their own mentor's not passionate? You have to be so on the ball with it, and you know, or you're already doing this business is already working for you, and you have to pass that down to your newbie, because as a newbie it does take a while to build up and it can be a little bit deflating, so they need to get that belief from you. It's that borrowed belief until they've got their own. Have high expectations of someone. Tell them what you expect them to be doing and by when. Set the pace, you know, kind of have a sense of urgency about the business. If you want it up and running, come on, let's do it. This is what we've got to do. This is how we're going to do it. Let's keep on track and do it with them. So, the homework and the 7-day plan, what we're going to do, touch the 5 pillars of success each day. So you want to, perfect planning promotes plenty of profit. Plan, promote, get that profit in, touch it every day, and get it all going. Get it really planned, mapped out, know exactly where you want this business to go and really go for it. Because I'm telling you, if you plan, this business works. It absolutely works, and there's no need for it to fail or not work for anyone. If you've planned and you're pushing it and you're enjoying it, it will work for you. Use the products. How are you supposed to promote the products if you're not using them yourself? It's absolutely ridiculous. You know, you can't, if you're using Colgate and you're washing your face in something else, people know, your friends come into your house, they're in your bathroom, they're nosier than you think. So if you're not using these products, you're not going to sell anything. It's really hard. And I think when people talk to you, they know if you're genuinely using it or if you're not, and you feel more confident to really promote something if you're using it. Share the products. Again, keep building on those 20 to 30 customer base. Follow up with customers as well, turn them into repeat customers. Recruit. Talk to people, talk to people, and talk to people. You don't know who is looking for this opportunity. I know I was at that point in my life where I wanted to do something. I knew I could kind of get my teeth into something else. So you never know who's around that corner actually waiting for you to talk to them. So start talking to everyone about it. Coach the team you've already got. Work and teach the system. So work really closely. If you if you've got a team, provide them with that one-to-one support. Be their mentor, be their one-to-one, and put them onto all the manager training. Get them in contact with all the YouTube channels, all the YouTube training, direct them to the manager training, and you're their support. So you're their daily support, and you're putting them in contact with everything else to get them on their steps to manager. Develop your own personal development. So read, listen and do. Like I said, I love that YouTube channel, FLP UK Limited. Keep watching, keep watching, keep watching, make notes, and that's all you can do. You just got to learn, absorb. Go on to qlsonline.net. Also, if you could all do a favour for me, if you can go onto the efficient mentoring document, print one off for yourself. I know I've got them on my own personal recruits, but have a little tick down that chart and see what videos you don't feel you've watched yet, because obviously some can be missed out along the way. If there's any you feel that you haven't watched, then please tell your sponsor to send it on to you. If I'm your sponsor, obviously tell me and I'll send it on to you. So be responsible for your own development as well, and check that you've received all the things you should have. Fill in your point sheet for this week. I know that a lot of the team are using them, the points activity sheet. Please use them because they're really, really good. When you go for planning meetings, then your sponsor can help you a lot more efficiently if we can see exactly what it is, where you're putting your time and effort, and where we could maybe switch it all around and see if it will help you if we try and do a few different things. Book your next training. The next success day is June the 14th. So follow that link and get your tickets to next success day. We are going to have so many people up on stage. It is really exciting. We're just absolutely everyone. I can't see that anyone on this team isn't going to be up on stage by June. So book your tickets because it is